Well, today's the day on a Tractor Tuesday. The Super C's coming home, and it is a 1954. It's the last year they made the Super C's. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best of the years. And then they went on to the Farmall 200, which is basically the same tractor with different sheet metal and turned up governor. Give it about an extra pony or two tops. But she's coming home. So let's check it out. Walk, talk, and gawk. Well, I definitely have some figuring to do. I think what I do, pull the M out, hug that wall, and then the 54 Super C narrow front can go right in behind the other narrow front. And then this can just, I mean, I've got probably at least 4 foot of space here that I can pretty much give up. Not pretty much, actually. And then the Frog, it can go on the other side. I think what I'll do is disconnect that Mulcher off the 756 and park her in that little space there, and we'll be good to go. So yeah, I got to thinking about it. I'm gonna drive down there. Did a lot of thinking. I'm gonna drive down there how I'm gonna do it, but yeah, it'll fit right in here. Now I'll have so many tractors in here, I'll be able to walk right across the tops. Now there you go. Brought her right in with a Ram 3500 heavy duty, and howdy doody. All right, narrow front, no problem. 2 ramps. We're gonna see how this works. Gonna take some skill. I think he's good. I think he can hit it. Yep, I think if he cuts it right now, he's good. There you go. And that's a delivery right there. All right, so here's the 1954 54 Super C. Oh man, does this sound good. I am going to do some carb work to it. You know, he says it drips and stuff, and I get it. It just needs a kit put in it. That's what it needs. That will get done most definitely. I think probably what happened here was, you know, over the years they ran ethanol fuel in it, and it just, those needle valves, they're tipped. They got rubber tips on them, and that ethanol over time it just eats them, and they don't seal properly up in there, so it messes with the float and keep you dripping. So needs carburetor addressed. It needs the carburetor addressed. Been converted to 12 volt. A lot of gobbledygook going on here. I'll tighten that up. The battery box, and I said this in the last video, leaves a lot to be desired. I don't even know if this is the original battery box. I'm gonna go look at my other Super C and see, but I believe if that 12 volt battery doesn't fit in the Super C battery box proper, I'm getting a new one, I guess is what I'm getting at. And if it doesn't fit in my new battery box proper, I will get a battery that does. So he always kept the positive disconnected. That tells me there's a drain back. Okay, a lot of times when they convert to 12 volt, you need to put a diode in the line to prevent that. That will take place as well, or who knows, man, I may rewire it. He's done 2 of the 3 big jobs for sure. The engine's been rebuilt, the clutch has been redone. I don't know about the back end. I have not got on it and taken it through the gears yet, so I don't know. Tires will need addressed, and they will get addressed. This is surface rust. A lot of guys were asking me about this. That's just surface rust. You can see at the stem it's not rotted and rusted, and that's a good thing. It means that these are not loaded, and I actually know they're not loaded. Come with the homemade adapter. Shoot, that adapter is probably stronger than the one out of the factory. And a lot of zerks and gurks, and this I can't figure out. Maybe a kid had it or something. He put BN there. That's pretty funny. But I think this is a tractor that I get right, get everything right on it, and give it a paint job and work it. Got these here going. But yeah, I mean, why not? He's come so far with it. Why not continue the process and the journey? This will be a Super C that never leaves. I need fenders. I will get those, and you can see he's got the rears out quite a ways. There's still room for improvement, but he's got them out there quite a ways. And you know, down in that area, he was north of or south, I believe, of Clarion, and maybe north of Katanning. And boy, it's hilly willy. I'm surprised. Of course, down there, if you live down there, you're just used to it. But I'm surprised somebody hasn't converted this to a wide front. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not, see, everybody had the idea, because for a while there I was on a wide front kick, and it wasn't that I was going out aimlessly, endlessly searching for a wide front tractor. It's just that everyone I found that I liked turned out to be a wide front. I'll run a narrow front. You're going to see me plowing with this, no doubt about it. Again, I looked at the bolt, looks clean. And like he said in the other video, he's not a carburetor guy. I am. So, yep, pretty satisfied. He says the fluid's good for winter, but check, trust, but verify. You know the routine. Yeah, I am thrilled. If I can find the right temperature gauge for this, I will definitely put that on there. And you know, this filter's going to need pulled. I'll drop this and pull this just to check it. Probably hasn't been. This is going to be the original. I'm 100% sure that's the original filter. And if you look right around here, oh, you know, that's going to be the original temperature gauge that probably stopped working years and years and years ago. But either way, check the splines on that. Yeah, they're probably okay. I know he mowed with it, so rear end must be decent. This I haven't figured out yet. Quite figured out yet. Huh, okay. So this wasn't, they rigged this up so that it was held down. I mean, it's probably stronger than what the bolt was. You look on this side, yeah. So this probably broke off here. Then they come over here and said, you know what? We'll just weld it on there and make it stronger than it was. I mean, that's, you know, I'm not a restoration guy, so it's not going to bother me. I'll paint right over that, you know, when it's time. But yeah, here's another BN. Somebody had a little bit too much time on their hands and maybe too much to drink. Who knows? I think we take her for a shakedown. Well, first time for the tractor. Regulators, mount up. Nah, this is easy getting on and off. Be a little harder with the fenders, admittingly. Ooh, this is a working man's tractor right here, boy. Yep, and I'll figure all the parts and pieces out once I get to plowing. All right. She's in neutral. Oh, yeah. That clutch is tight. he did a nice job on that. I'm happy. All right. Ooh, what's going on there? Okay. Goose, a goose. Go first gear at first. Motor in. Throttle on the situation. I just want to take it through the gears, see what each one sounds like. On a lot of these, second or third will be out in them because that's what they plowed in. So let's go check it out. All right, I'm most definitely satisfied with first. Let's go second. Slam her in reverse, pick her up out of there. That's gonna be second. Yep, it's got the international wine. Wine is fine, but whiskey's quicker wine. Little throttle on the situation. Yeah, very responsive like now. No surprise there. Kind of got a little sputter in it. I'm going to tell you, that's fuel. That's fuel. That's the carb. I didn't even, there were so many questions I had, I didn't even get a chance to ask every one of them. It's going to be interesting to see what spark plugs are in this thing. It should have Autolite 3116s. If it don't, well, I got a set in the barn in the box I'll throw in it. I don't know what they're gapped at, what, 23 thousandths? Something like that, I don't know. That's what the book's for. I changed my other ones out and gapped them, but I can't remember. All right, so I'm satisfied with second. Yeah, let's do a loop-de-loop. Round we go. We turn on a dime and give 9 cents back. Narrow front. That is a nice thing about it. All right, so we're going to put her up in third. All right. Yeah, sounds good. I don't hear nothing funky or chattery like there's broken teeth in the gears or anything. And I don't know, I can't tell you that I'll plow in third gear, but I can't tell you that I won't. All right, let's go fourth. See what we got. Oh yeah. No, just the IH whine. I don't hear weird teeth chattering. I don't hear nothing funky in the rear end. I think we got a good one, boys and girls. Yeah, I really do. Get some fenders. Fender's guitar. See if we can climb the hill, and of course the video ain't gonna do it much justice, but see if we can climb her up there in fourth gear. Should be able to. Good runner. Somebody was saying something about these skins, and I gotta tell you, I'll run them. Those will last me 10 years. You think these are bad, you should see the Farmall M skins. Yep, coming up to a semi-residential area. Well, test the brakes yourself. Okay. Okay. Hey, speaking of brakes, I mean, we got to address these. We will. No problem. I ain't scared. But speaking of brakes, in that plowing video with that Cub, everybody's like, well, your right tire was spinning. Why didn't you just, you know, tap on your right brake and you would have stopped spinning? And well, there has to be a right brake to tap, okay? Now, I ain't new to tractors, and I'll put myself up against any one of you plowing or disking or doing any kind of field work with any of these antiques, any one of them. Hands down, I'm that confident. But if you're gonna separate those, you better make sure you got brakes on both sides. That's in road mode right there. But yeah, I mean, I'll be putting, you know what, come spring, man, I'll be going through the Cubs. Now these are easy to change. It's the Cubs, you got to take off the rear drives to change them out. So yeah, we're in second right now. Throttle up on a situation, go for broke. Yeah, it sounds really good. Like I say, I addressed the brake situation, the battery box, get a diode in the line so I don't have to play games. Another thing you can do is the same thing on my 55 Cub and put a shutoff on there. You can do that too. It's up to you. Now, since I'm going to be plowing with this and disking with my other Super C, I will need ballast. Set of front weights for this would be bon appetit and pretty mandatory. These aren't loaded. I probably will load them, not with calcium. I can go beet juice. You know, if you put the beet juice in the tubes and it doesn't get out and make a mess out of your rim, I think you're okay. You know, the beet juice should last you. Another thing that'll work good is windshield wiper fluid, and then put a set of rear weights on there. So rear weights, load them, and front weights. That sounds really good, man. I'm happy. He does have this locked in place, the leveling link and stuff, but I'll mess with that in the spring, get it rolling and going. I do want to check the rear end fluid. I went through all the gears. It sounded phenomenal. It's going to need a set of brakes, like I've already discovered. New set of steers, like I've already discovered. But yeah, this would be a tractor I put a little bit of loot into. I kind of like it, man. It's got a, you know, kind of a working look to it right now. There you go. 54. Doesn't have quite the same twang to it. It's 55. She's charging. Fired up the old M. The 1945 Farmall M. A lot of thunder coming out of this sucker. What do you think of that throttle? Yeah. About 3/4 of it or more is under the shed. I gotta move this and get it over and situated so I can pull this up the rest of the way. But once again, I left that on, so I've got the tender back on it. We'll get her charged up in the morning, get it moved, and I think this'll work out just fine. So that'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tractors in here. Oh yeah, not to include a push mower, a four-wheeler, and the Frog will fit back in that slot. So yep, and the other two cubbies, they in the barn, in the bush, in the bush. Thanks for watching. I'll get this debacle squared away and probably post a picture of the nonsense on my community tab. Boom! Another Farmall on the farm.